and let's play Minnesota High School Girls Lacrosse from Jim Goda Stadium.
Welcome to coverage of girls varsity lacrosse on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru. It is a beautiful day so far for girls lacrosse, as it just finished raining. Hopefully we don't get any more, as the Moorhead Spuds welcome the STMA Knights. Both teams sit at records of 3-3. Moorhead lost recently to the Hopkins Royals 11-8. Meanwhile, for the STMA Knights, they recently lost in a blowout to the Edina Hornets 16-4. Some key players for Moorhead: Sydney Martinson, their leading scorer, with 16 goals, 4 assists, and 20 points total, along with Abby Kerpis, who has 12 goals, 2 assists, and 14 points. For STMA, Molly Ruland looking to stay hot, as she is the leading scorer with 16 goals, 5 assists, and 21 points. Good evening, everyone. I'm Thomas Fox. Thanks for tuning in to Girls Lacrosse on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru. Let's go over these starting lineups for both squads, starting with the Spuds. Starting at goalie will be number 0, Lake Parr. On the defense will be Caitlin Canyu, Allie Moser, Allie Harvala, and Ellie Retzer. The Spuds midfield will consist of Ava Nelson, Cami Whitekey, and Sophia Swenson. And the Spuds attack will be Liv Dielstra, Sydney Martinson, Aubrey Keeping, and Abby Kerpis. That's the starting lineup for the Spuds. Meanwhile, for STMA, starting will be Allie Ricard, Danny Weiland, Rachel Heel, Piper Peterson, Nikki Brown, Ava Pulowski, Addie Reiswig, Molly Ruland, Mylan Lemke, Drew Bouchard, Mia Hunter, and Kat Rice. And STMA looking to clear, and they do. Ground ball still on the ground. Taken by STMA. Good pass ahead. Ball trickles away. Scooped up by Pulowski. And stolen away by Allie Harvala. She tries to clear. And a good attempt, but it ends up being intercepted by number 23, Mylan Lemke. Here's Ruland, the leading scorer for STMA. Some good ball movement here by the Knights. A good spin inside, and they score. A quick score for the STMA Knights, as Danny Whelan gets the first goal of the night for STMA.
Albertville goal scored by number 6, Danny Weiland. Makes it 1-0.
Danny Weiland with a terrific move, spinning inside and doing the rest to get STMA on the board. And there have been many instances where Lake Parr has started a little slow, but later in the game she's been a very clutch factor. Spuds have been solid on the face-off here this season. Martinson wins it. She's looking to do the rest, and she does. That was easy for Sydney Martinson. Goal number 17 on the year for number 8. And right after, Danny Weiland scored not even a minute into the game, Sydney Martinson with the counter, and it's tied 1-1 on the First Ave promo scoreboard.
Including the spring season as well.
Martinson will face off against Molly Ruland. And STMA wins the face-off. And Ruland, trying to set up a play, was able to get it to her teammate there. Ground ball. Picked up again by Ruland. She's doing everything on the field right now for STMA. Here's Piper Peterson. Back to Ruland. Circles back. Dishes it across to Wieland. Some more good ball movement from STMA, and that shot goes over the net. Mia Hunter was circling around the net trying to find an open teammate. STMA will get a free shot. And that shot goes wide of the net. Ruland tried to put STMA up 2-1, but could not get that shot to go. Spinning inside is Mia Hunter. Ground ball. Picked up by Peterson. Ground ball again. A lot of action on the field here, as Ava Nelson has some real estate ahead of her. And looked like she tried getting it to her teammate Caitlin. And that ball goes out of bounds. She tried to get it to, I believe, Caitlin Canyu. But instead, Moorhead will try to set up a play from behind the net. Inside, shot just over the net. Abby Kerpus with a good attempt, sailed just high. Martinson will pass it in. Martinson with a spin. And that shot gets blocked. A terrific save made by Kat Rice, as STMA is able to clear it without going out of bounds. And here comes Molly Ruland with a shot and a goal. Going coast to coast to put STMA up 2-1. She was like, no, I got this. I'll do it all by myself. And that just goes to show how much of an impact she has had on this STMA team. That is goal number 17 for Ruland. And the Knights are up 2-1 on the first half promo scoreboard. Spuds trying to get some redemption on the face-off as Martinson will face against Ruland again. And that ball gets away, scooped up by Ruland. Ground ball, and a penalty is going to be assessed. Play resumes. And there was a little miscommunication there, as Allie Ricard did not expect that pass from Piper Peterson. And that play just fell apart for STMA. And that's going to get deflected, as Ruland almost able to take it inside the 8-meter. But instead she'll have to take it from the 12-meter. Pass inside. That's no good. Ground ball picked up again by Molly Ruland. Looked like a nice pass, but that gets away. Intended for Ava Pulowski, but it was just wide of her stick. Here's Harvala being double teamed. And play will resume. Here's Canyu. Oh, nice pass across to Dielstra, who takes it up the field inside the 8-meter. And looks like a penalty is going to be called. And it looks like it'll be a free shot for Liv Dielstra. Spuds looking to tie it. And a good save made by Kat Rice, as she's able to deny Liv Dielstra, and STMA with a good clear ahead. Here come the Knights, a chance to take a 3-1 lead, but Lake Parr says not today as she gets the save. Ground ball is who's going to get it. Still on the ground. A battle between Martinson and I believe that's Mylan Lemke that collided near the center line, and let's hope that Martinson is okay.
Number 20, Mallory Stavanger checking in.
And Mallory Stavanger will check in for Sydney Martinson. And once again, let's hope Sydney Martinson is okay. And looks like there will be a free shot upcoming for STMA from the 8-meter. Chance to make it a 3-1 advantage. Rulin with a shot. Save made by Lake Parr. Lake Parr tried to clear it, but instead it's a ground ball. 50-50 at this point, as Rulin's able to scoop it up for a moment, but then it trickles out of play. Clock will keep running as Canyu trying to find an option. Instead gets it to Lake Parr. Back to Canyu. Oh, I'm sorry, that is not Kaylin Canyu. That is Allie Moser. Ground balls about to be scooped up by Ava Nelson. Here's Liv Dielstra. Spuds looking for an answer. Kerpis circling the net with a shot. Another save made by Kat Rice, as that is a clear. And the Knights have a lot of real estate ahead. Ricard gets it. I can't see her number. It looks like Ricard was able to clear it to Danny Weiland. And looks like a free shot will be. No, it looks like Moorhead will gain possession, as that is a penalty on STMA.
Number 16, Jocelyn Jock.
And
For the Spuds.
Jocelyn Jock will now check in for number 12, Sophia Swenson. Ground ball able to be scooped up by Pulowski, who almost lost it. Some good defense there by number 7, Sadie Kolmainen. Here's Peterson driving inside, and that shot is wide and high of the net as she tried taking it from the 12-meter. Instead, STMA will try to reset. Here's Pulowski. Over to Ruland. Ruland over to Peterson. Peterson with an errant shot that ends up being picked up by Moorhead. And now STMA regains possession as Mylan Lemke was able to get it. Now here's Peterson. A take 2 from Peterson as she tried to weave inside from the 12-meter, but it was unsuccessful. But regardless, Piper Peterson with a free shot opportunity, and she scores. Third time's the charm, I'll tell you that. Piper Peterson with her 14th goal of the year, and it is 3-1 STMA on the first Av promo scoreboard.
Scored by number 8, Piper Peterson. Makes it 3-1 Knights.
Made that wrist shot look very simple, as the 2 leading scorers for the STMA Knights are on the board here this evening. Looks like Martinson is back in the game on the face-off at the center line. And that face-off is going to be, looks like it's going to be won by STMA. And STMA has done very well on the face-off here this evening. And Peterson takes a hit from Martinson, trying to weave past her. And STMA looking to reset behind the net. That one goes out of play. Here's Mia Hunter weaving inside, out to the 12-meter, where she finds her teammate Drew Bouchard. Here's Ricard out to, I believe that's Danny Weiland. Yes, that's Danny Weiland. It is not easy seeing these numbers from the press box, but Molly Ruland scores again. That is her second goal of the period, or I'm sorry, of the half. That is goal number 18 for her on the year, and it is 4-1 STMA on the first half promo scoreboard, and they are off to a very solid start. And they are giving Lake Parr a very hard time, especially behind the 8-meter. And all of STMA's goals have been from the 8-meter or closer. So STMA has done really good at attacking the net and retrieving ground balls, and looks like possession will stay with STMA. Here's Ruland, and that shot is blocked by Lake Parr, it looks like. as Danny Weiland was trying to weave inside to make it 5-1 STMA. But right now, a free shot for the Knights. And some good defense by Moorhead. As now the Spuds will try to clear it. But some good defense as that was a deflection by Bouchard. And Swenson, whistle blows, but play continues. Another deflection, that was by Molly Ruland. Molly Ruland has been everywhere. And that's a shot blocked by Kat Rice, as I believe that was Ava Nelson trying to take it to the net. I'll go as I believe a penalty on STMA, so a free shot for the Spuds to try to make it 4-2. That goes wide of the net. Here's Kerpus. Trying to find someone who's open. STMA is playing lockdown defense right now. So far for STMA, this has been a huge step up from their loss against Hopkins. And that's a goal for Ava Nelson. So a good answer from the Spuds as Ava Nelson gets her first goal of the night. And the lead's now 4-2 STMA on the first half promo scoreboard. From here, it almost looked like that was a little wide or a potential block from Kat Rice. So a very quick shot and a quick answer from Ava Nelson. Ruland and Martinson will face off again. Another face off won by STMA. Here's Piper Peterson. Controls it near the 12-meter. Here's Ruland. Over towards Allie Ricard, back to Ruland. Some more superb ball movement by the Knights. Good pass inside, and is that a goal? And it is. Almost looked like a save from Lake Parr, but that was just over her. And we'll get the scoring announcement shortly. I could not tell who scored there, but I believe it was Drew Bouchard. And oh, it looks like it was Piper Peterson getting her second goal of the evening. And now it's 5-1 STMA. Is 5-2 STMA on the first half promo scoreboard. Moorhead looking to get some motivation on the face-off. Martinson scoops it up. Looking to do the rest. But some good defense there by Nikki Brown. And deflected stick. Kerpus looked like she had a clear shot, but some more excellent defense by STMA as they look to keep the onslaught going. Here's Allie Ricard. Out to Ruin. Nice spin. And that ball skips by Drew Bouchard, who didn't know where it was. Ground ball scooped up by Mia Hunter. Here's Peterson. Out to Rulin. Another spin. She is making that her go-to move. That pass skips away from Bouchard. And ground ball scooped up. And a good deflection by Lake Parr, as that looked like a clear goal by, I believe that was Danny Weiland. And that pass gets away from Bouchard. Caitlin Canyu will take it out for the Spuds. And she's double teamed. A good pass. Some open real estate for Jocelyn Jonk, who shoots it just wide. A very, very good scoring opportunity for the Spuds. But instead they'll have to pass it in from behind the net. Here's Martinson. Leaving her way past the 8-meter, or trying to at least. Here's Aubrey keeping. Some good ball movement by the Spuds. Ground ball, that is in the air. Looked like keeping had a shot at it. He'll stay with Moorhead. And that's a good catch from Dielstra. And a free shot will be coming up. Liv Dielstra trying to make it 5-3 here in the first half. From the 8-meter, that shot goes just wide. Right by Sydney Martinson. So far, this has been a very solid performance from Kat Rice. Martinson fakes. Tried to find a teammate, instead gets it to Ava Nelson. Nelson inside, and Moorhead thought they scored. The Moorhead bench thought that ball went in, but instead the STMA Knights are able to clear, and they have a lot of room down the field. Ricard with a shot, and she scores. Allie Ricard going coast to coast, and the STMA Knights keep it rolling. They are now up 6-2 on the first half promo scoreboard. It has been an onslaught here at Jim Goda Stadium, as STMA is really getting a confidence booster here in this one so far. But as we've seen a few times this season, the Spuds are never out of it. And that pass is intercepted by Rulin. Mia Hunter, she scores. Another goal for STMA. And it looks like a timeout will be called
that goal scored by number 26
by Moorhead as they look to sort things out.
Mia Hunter.
We'll take a short break here on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru, for this timeout by the Spuds.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Brianne Martinson, head coach for the Moorhead Spuds girls lacrosse team, trying to get her team fired up as they are down big here against the STMA Knights 7-2 after a Mia Hunter goal. And on the other hand, Sydney Schreiner, the head coach for STMA, is definitely pleased with the way her teammates, or rather the way her players have been performing here on the field this evening, especially from Kat Rice, who has only given up 2 goals in this first half. Sun's starting to shine here at Moorhead High School. And as we wait for this timeout to conclude, we would like to say that the Spuds are definitely not out of it, and they've shown it on multiple occasions. For example, one of their first games of the season at home against the Mounds View Mustangs, they went back and forth with them. They were down a few scores in the first half, but were able to bounce back. They did lose the game, however, but regardless, they do not quit, no matter the deficit. And they look to get things back in order as they are down 5. Sydney Martinson and Molly Ruland will face off at the center line once again. STMA has dominated the face-off here in this game. And Ruland wins it again. And she has really put Sydney Martinson in her place as STMA looks to keep throwing haymakers. Moorhead doesn't seem to have an answer for any of them, at least for now. Here's Mia Hunter, who scored the most recent goal for STMA. Ground ball that is going to be scooped up again by Mia Hunter. Hunter inside. Ground ball scooped up by the Spuds, as that is Ali Hervala is triple teamed, and there will be a stoppage in play. It looks like there will be a penalty. I think Harvala didn't get over the center line before a certain time limit, so that'll be a clock violation, I think, on Ali Harvala. But the Spuds do get it back as Martinson gets it from Ava Nelson. Martinson has been shut down in this game despite getting a goal. And they score. Looked like that was Abby Kerpus with a very nice shot. Didn't even look like she was the one that scored. But Moorhead starting to chip away at the STMA lead. It is now 7-3 on the first half promo scoreboard. Abby Kerpus doing a nice job weaving inside the 8-meter to get an open look. Martinson and Ruland on the faceoff once again. That one is knocked down by, I can't seem to get a number here, but instead, Martinson. Looked like it was in possession of STMA, but Martinson able to get it back. Martinson with a shot. That one is blocked, ground ball. Almost scooped up by STMA. Number 7, Rachel Heel almost got it, but instead Kerpus takes it behind the net, being harassed by Nikki Brown. Ground ball, that's gonna roll towards the Moorhead bench, and it'll be scooped up by Cami Wojtke. Here's Martinson. Inside to Kerpus with a shot that is just wide. And Aubrey Keeping will clear it in. Here's Kerpus behind the net. Centering pass, ground ball, a shot that is just blocked. Martinson scoops it up, and she scores. And just when we said that Moorhead doesn't quit, that phrase is surely coming to fruition as Moorhead continues to crawl back into this game as Sydney Martinson gets her second goal of the game. And it is now 7-4 STMA on the first half promo scoreboard. So Moorhead down 7-2, now are only within 3. And one thing they need to get off the bucket list is perfect the face-off, as this time it looked like Martinson had a shot at it, but instead STMA wins it again as Ruland gets it ahead to Peterson. Weaves inside the 8-meter, looking for options. That sails over the head of her teammate. I think that's Cece Lewis, number 4. But instead it's taken by the Spuds. Ground ball scooped up by Cami Wojtke for the moment, but instead, no, Cami Wojtke will still have possession of it. That ball towards the feet of her teammate Liv Dielstra as Wojtke tried to get a good pass. It ended up being just low. STMA will control. And that'll do it for the first half.
That's the end of our first half of play.
Here at Jim Goda Stadium, STMA dominant pretty much the entire half, but the Spuds are starting to crawl back. It is 7-4 STMA, Moorhead Spuds 4, as we will take a break for halftime here on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and back-dragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Ask the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic, serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Welcome to the second half of girls varsity Lacrosse between the STMA Knights and the Moorhead Spuds. STMA currently holds a 7-4 lead over Moorhead as the Spuds were able to get 2 quick goals towards the end of the first half. Sydney Martinson has 2 goals for the Spuds. Meanwhile, for STMA, they have 2 players with 2 goals or more. That would be Molly Ruland and Piper Peterson. So the leading scorers for both teams making an impact. Martinson looks like she'll win the faceoff here, as that was a ground ball recovered by Moorhead's leading scorer. Martinson weaves around. That's a shot blocked by Kat Rice, and she has been a very, very good goalie. And that'll be a yellow card. Looks like it'll go against the Spuds, as STMA now has possession. And it looks not sure who the yellow card is going to, but for right now, Addie Reiswig loses the ball, and it'll be a stoppage in play. And STMA will regain possession. Ground ball picked up, stolen by Moorhead. And another stoppage in play. It looked like for a moment Liv Dielstra was going to have a breakaway goal weaving inside the 12 and 8 meter. But instead, Dielstra will control it from the 12 meter, as she was able to steal it from number 14, Addie Reiswig. Dielstra trying to make something happen for the Spuds. She weaves around the net to her teammate. She scores! There you go. That's how you answer. 3 unanswered goals for the Spuds. And it is 7-5 STMA.
Beautiful assist to number 3, Liv Dielstra.
Liv Dielstra with the assist. Ava Nelson, I believe, with the goal. And it's a 2-goal game here at Jim Goda Stadium.
Second half is always the Little Debbie goal of the second half, so we'll throw out some more treats. So beware of falling cream pies.
Some very good ball movement inside the 8 meter. Ava Nelson looks like she'll take the face-off against Molly Ruland, I believe. And yes, Ava Nelson wins the face-off. She's 2 for 2 here in this second half on the face-off. Here come the Knights in transition. Ground ball almost scooped up by Dielstra, but instead STMA able to recover. And a ground ball nearly picked up by Nikki Brown. But possession will go to the Spuds, as Dielstra takes it near the center line. That gets away from Cami Whitekey and goes towards the STMA bench. The Knights will have possession as Danny Wheeland Has a lot of green grass ahead of her. Shot inside. That is just wide of Lake Par. STMA with some decent ball movement. Ground ball scooped up by the Spuds. As Ali Harvala takes a big hit. She gets back up. And the Spuds have numbers. Pass across to Kerpus. Weaves inside. Scores! It's a one-goal game.
Moorhead Spud goal. Scoring by number 10, Abby Purpose.
Abby with a purpose. Kerpus makes it a 7-6 game on the First Ave promo scoreboard. And it is starting to unravel here for STMA, as it looked like they had the game in their hands. And STMA will take a timeout. And we'll be right back in a moment here on Spuds TV.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
We got ourselves a game here at Jim Goda Stadium. Down 7-2 late in the first half. The Spuds have been able to score 4 unanswered goals to make it a 7-6 STMA lead. And a prime example of the Spuds' grit. And they have a chance, a very solid chance, to tie it up, as they have been, in this half, very solid after winning the faceoff at the center line, as they'll have Ava Nelson once again facing off against Ruland. And this time, ground ball, who's got it? STMA does. Peterson, who had 2 goals in the first half, gets it to Wieland, out near the 12-meter. Now in the stick of Ruland, who gets it to Peterson. STMA looking to get back on track here, especially on the offensive side, and that ball gets away. Here's Pulowski. And ground ball scooped up by Caitlin Canyu, who takes a big hit after scooping it up. And play will resume. And Canyu falls down again, but gets right back up again. So Canyu has been taking a lot of hits in that sequence, and Moorhead will try to advance it further as STMA has been playing pretty good defense when the Spuds have been in transition so far on this possession. Here's Sophia Swenson. That pass is a little wide of Harvala. And now will go out of play. New ball is in. STMA with possession. Here's Rulin. Trying to weave her way inside the 8-meter. Does. Gets it to her teammate behind the net. Some good ball moving here by the Knights. Ground ball scooped up. A spin. And she scores. And it looks like there'll be a whistle before. So the goal will not count. I believe that was Mia Hunter who was spinning inside the goal circle. But there was a whistle before the goal, so it will not count. Moorhead definitely catching a break there as they have needed all the momentum in the world to stay in this game. Here's Wojtke, who lost possession. And she'll have it at the 12-meter. And Josie Brill will check in for STMA. Along with another STMA night, and the Spuds have tied it. And we'll have to get confirmation on the goal, as I wasn't even looking at what was going on. I was trying to see who was subbed in. But Moorhead has scored 5 unanswered goals, and they've tied it at 7. As I believe that was Sydney Martinson getting the hat trick.
Ladies and gentlemen, that goal just confirmed, scored by the Spuds, number 8, Sydney Martinson.
Martinson with her 3rd goal of the night. Ties it at 7 on the first half promo scoreboard. And speaking of Martinson, she takes it up the field. A lot of green grass ahead. And there'll be a whistle. And Martinson will pass it from the 12-meter. Martinson looking to create opportunity. Here's Kerpis. Inside, shoots. Ground ball, shoots, scores! And just like that, the Spuds take the lead. A ground ball right in front of the net. And it looked like it was Aubrey Keeping with the scoop and score. And it's 8-7 Moorhead on the first half promo scoreboard.
Goal scored by number 9, Aubrey Keeping. That go-ahead goal makes it Spuds 8-9-7, 18:06 remaining in our second half.
6 unanswered goals for Moorhead. Ava Nelson will take the face-off against, I believe, Rulin once again. So Abby Kerpis, for a moment, looked like she would get the go-ahead goal. But instead, Aubrey Keeping, right place at the right time. That is her first goal of the game. And for the first time here in this contest, the Spuds have the lead. And it seems like Ava Nelson has done much better on the faceoff than Sydney Martinson. And it looks like there will be a whistle. Moorhead will have possession. Here's Ava Nelson. Shoots. Blocked by Kat Rice. And a ground ball that will go to possession of STMA as they're able to clear it. Here comes Bouchard. Drew Bouchard loses the ball. Ground ball behind the net. And Bouchard will pass it from the left side. Back to Bouchard. Bouchard with a nice feed. That shot just wide from Ruland as that ball skips away. And that's a ground ball that is going to be scooped up by Josie Brill. Another ground ball, this time scooped up by Peterson, who has 2 goals. Looks like there's some zone defense for the Spuds. And they are meeting Peterson at the right angles as she briefly loses the ball for a moment. Now Allie Ricard has it. Looking around. Getting harassed by Allie Harvala. And it looks like it'll be a push on number 11 for the Spuds, as Harvala was a little too aggressive. STMA will hold on to possession. STMA looking for an answer. Bounce shot in front of the net. And a good opportunity there from Danny Weiland. But instead, Moorhead will keep the lead at 8-7. As it looks like for the Spuds, it'll be Mallory Stavanger checking in. Here's Swenson. Good pass to Martinson, who loses control of it. Now STMA with a chance. Here's Ruland. Ruland looking for options. Gets it to Ricard. Back to Ruland. Ground ball scooped up. Now deflected, and it looks like that'll be a high stick or a slashing. CeCe Lewis will pass it to Ruland. Now to Bouchard. Bouchard loses the ball. Ground ball scooped up for a moment, but then it trickles towards the Spuds bench. Peterson with a nice move on Wojtke. And it'll stay with STMA, and it'll be a free shot for, I believe, Piper Peterson. And she has a chance at a hat trick. Lake Parr has really been very comfortable in the second half this season. Peterson inside, and a good save made by Lake Parr. And ground ball going to be scooped up by Allie Ricard. Weaves inside. That shot blocked by Lake Parr again. We are approaching the 13-minute mark in the second half, with the Spuds still up 8-7. 4 goals in this half. For the Spuds, Danny Weiland checks in for the Knights. Weaving inside is Lewis. And a ground ball almost scooped up by Sophia Swenson. And it looks like that will be a cross-check and a yellow card, I believe, against STMA. And let's see what the refs call now. It might be a cross-checking. And Swenson has it at the 8-meter, and she is showing the crowd her handles. Swenson with a nice pass, deflected. Ground ball scooped up by CeCe Lewis. Here come the Knights in transition. Wooland with a nice block by Lake Parr. A very good shot from Molly Ruland, but Lake Parr has been playing out of her mind. Let's see if Parr can do it again on this free shot. Ruland inside. She scores! And STMA gets what they most desperately needed. An answer. After giving up 6 unanswered. Their leading scorer, Molly Ruland, ties it at 8 on the first half promo scoreboard. That, I believe, is her 4th goal of the contest. There is 12 minutes and 17 seconds left here in this second half. Martinson, I believe, will take the face-off once again. And Piper Peterson took a hit there. STMA will control. Peterson double teamed by Martinson and Dielstra. Ground ball. Who's got it? It's going to be scooped up by Moorhead as Sadie Kolmainen is able to pass it to Stavanger. Nice spin by Stavanger. That gets knocked away by CeCe Lewis. Some very intense physicality here in this second half. Some more ground ball opportunities for either side as Dielstra is able to get it back for the Spuds. And possession will go to STMA. STMA head coach Sydney Schreiner was pointing towards the Spuds defending zone as she believes it's STMA's possession, and it is. A good clear ahead to Danny Weiland. Inside the 8-meter. Another good block by Lake Parr. Here's Stavanger, splitting defenders. Ground ball scooped up by Ava Nelson. A little shove from Danny Weiland. Harvala with a pass to Keeping, as it was a battle between Nikki Brown and Aubrey Keeping there. Here comes Cami Wojtke, trying to circle towards the 12-meter. Ground ball. It is going to be scooped up by Martinson, as she almost lost possession, but instead is going to try to get Moorhead back on top. Here's Kerpis inside with a shot and a nice block from Kat Rice and a good clear. STMA has some numbers. Here they come. And Mia Hunter with a shot that is just wide, as she led that transition opportunity for the Knights. And it looks like there will be a free shot for Mia Hunter, who already has a goal that came at the end, or near the end rather, of the first half, and she scores! And STMA gets back on top on Mia Hunter's second goal of the game. And so far, after STMA was leading 7-2, it has been back and forth. Here in the second half, it is 9-8 on the first Ave promo scoreboard. And the Spuds have not shied away from the big moment. Martinson takes the face-off against Ruland, and Martinson wins it. Spuds with a big opportunity here. Martinson to Kerpis. Inside. Ground ball. Scooped up by STMA. As CeCe Lewis going toe-to-toe with the sideline, and that's knocked away by Sydney Martinson. Wojtke to Deelstra, who goes behind the net and towards the 8-meter, now the 12-meter. Here's Ava Nelson weaving inside. Now she's behind the net, looking to reset near the 12-meter. Here's Deelstra. Here's Kerpis inside. She scores! How about that, Abby Kerpis? She is in her bag like there's fries at the bottom. That is a hat trick for Abby Kerpis, and we're tied at 9.
Driving the goal with a purpose. It's a goal by Abby Kerpis. And we're tied once again.
Back and forth we go here at Jim Goda Stadium. The crowd loves it. .733 left in regulation as Martinson will take the faceoff. Once again, Moorhead has done significantly better on the faceoff. And possession will automatically go to the Spuds. Here's Martinson. Martinson weaving inside. And looks like a penalty. Looks like there'll be no penalty here. Well, no, there will be a free shot, it looks like, for Martinson. She scores! And the Spuds retake the lead here in the second half. Sydney Martinson owning STMA here.
Moorhead Spud goal scored by number 8, Sydney Martinson.
It is 10-9 Spuds here on the first half promo scoreboard. Martinson once again on the face-off. And it looks like the rotation between Nelson and Martinson has worked out for the Spuds as they've been able to keep STMA on their heels here. Martinson with a spin. Ground ball scooped up by Dijkstra. And that shot goes just wide. Kerpis tracking it down. And looks like there'll be a brief stoppage in play, but Kerpis will pass it in. Over to Dijkstra. Weaving inside. Looked like a behind-the-back pass to Abby Kerpis. Ground ball scooped up by Piper Peterson. Peterson with speed loses the ball to Sydney Martinson. Almost lost it again. Able to clear it to Aubrey Keeping, but instead it's intercepted by, I believe that's Nikki Brown, who was able to disrupt it. And a timeout is going to be called by STMA head coach Sydney Schreiner. And you better believe that she is not pleased with the way things have turned out in this game. A 7-2 lead gone in a matter of minutes by the Spuds. We'll take a brief break here on Spuds TV presented by Muscatel Subaru with the Spuds up 10-9.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Ten to 9 Spuds here with 5:43 left in the second half here at Jim Goda Stadium. This has been a fantastic game that looked like was going to be an easy fourth win of the season for the STMA Knights, but the Spuds showing some incredible resilience as they are currently outscoring STMA 8-2 after being down 7-2 earlier in the game. Here comes STMA centering pass, and that gets deflected. Retrieved by Mia Hunter. Here is CC Lewis to Allie Ricard. High pass, good snag by Weiland. That ball trickles away. Scooped up by Stavanger. Stavanger with a nice spin. Oh no, that's Haley Krieg, who had just checked into the game, I believe. Lewis to Ricard. Back to Ricard. Over to Lewis. Here's Peterson. Peterson weaving her way, and a shot just wide of the net. Very good move from Piper Peterson to get inside the 8-meter, but her shot was just a little bit wide. Take two here for STMA on this possession. Peterson. Over to Rulin. Back to Peterson. Triple team, ground ball picked up by Kerpus. Or I'm sorry, that's Ali Harvala. Ground ball scooped up by STMA. And a good clear. That is a good save made there by Ali Ricard. Ground ball scooped up by Moorhead as Dielstra takes it up the sideline. Aubrey Keeping was ahead. A good feed from Dielstra that is just a little wide of the stick of Keeping. Here's Martinson. Kerpus back to Martinson. Martinson with a nice shot and a score! Oh, what a beautiful shot by Sydney Martinson. And she keeps it rolling for the Spuds.
Moorhead Spud goal scored by number 8, Sydney Martinson.
How about the game from Sydney Martinson?
Lacrosse match is Moorhead 11, St. Michael Albertville 9.
11 Spuds, 9 STMA on the First Ave promo scoreboard. And you might not be able to hear it, but these Spud fans are chanting Sydney Martinson's name, well deserved, after a dominant performance here tonight. And they look to keep it going here, as the Spuds look to get their 4th win of the season. And Sydney Martinson looks to keep her superb start to 2023 going here. And the face-off is going to be won by Moorhead. A good scoop by Cami Wojtke, who is met by a double team. A good pass to Dielstra, who loses the ball. But there is a whistle. So it looks like Dielstra will get a free shot from the 8-meter. Dielstra Dijkstra tried to get an angle, but some good defense by STMA inside. Martinson met with a double team. Martinson over to Kerpus. She's met by a double team. Ground ball scooped up by Jocelyn Jonk for the moment, but another whistle will be called. And Abby Kerpus will pass it in from behind the net. Here's keeping with a pass that is just wide of Liv Dijkstra. Ground ball almost scooped up by Dijkstra as she battled, I believe, number 23, Mylan Lemke. We have approached the 1 minute mark here in the second half. Nelson with a pass inside to keeping. And Martinson tried to shoot over the top of Kat Rice, but Rice able to make a very nice play to prevent the 12th goal of the game for the Spuds. And a timeout will be called by Moorhead. They are up 2 after making an insurmountable comeback as they were down 5 earlier in the game. We'll take a quick break here on Spuds TV presented by Muscatel Subaru with the Spuds up 11-9.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, what if we just said...
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
It is crunch time here at Jim Goda Stadium. Spuds 11, Knights 9. Spuds looking to close STMA out here on this Tuesday night. Kat Rice looking to clear. She does. That is a good clear to Allie Ricard. Ricard met with the defense of Haley Krieg, and she falls down. There'll be a stoppage in play, and there'll be 18 seconds, excuse me, left in the game. STMA needs a miracle here. Here's Weiland. Ground ball inside. And let's see what the whistle will go as. Will it go as a penalty? And it looks like it'll be a free shot for Molly Ruland, who owned the Spuds in the first half, but has been a little quiet since. And she scores! And it's a 1-goal game with under 10 seconds left in regulation. Molly Ruland has had a very stellar game. 11-10 here on the First Ave promo scoreboard. Spuds are starting to smell their 4th win of the season. Looking to get back over 500. And the face-off is ground ball, scooped up by the Spuds, and it looks like that'll do it. Cammie Whitekey able to save it from the STMA offense, and what a comeback by the Never Give Up Spuds. They were down 7-2 in the first half. 6 unanswered goals by Abby Kerpus and Sydney Martinson, along with many others who contributed to the Spuds' 4th win of the season. Moorhead is now 4-3. STMA now drops under 500 to 3-4. This has been a very, very good game of girls lacrosse. Too bad it has to end here, but for now, alongside the rest of our wonderful Spuds TV crew, this is Thomas Fox wishing you all a good night. This has been Girls Varsity Lacrosse on Spuds TV, presented by Muscatel Subaru.